Hey y'all, Jessica Hayes here, founder of the Lockbox Advantage, and I am here to chat with you guys about AI in real estate. And I want to kind of first start out by addressing the elephant in the room because I get so many concerned responses when we talk about AI on this platform. We started talking about this podcast earlier this week, and I got a handful of messages, direct messages and emails of people that really want us to shy away from AI. Like, oh, you shouldn't be promoting AI platforms. AI is going to take over the industry and take our jobs. And I understand the fear, but I don't believe it's warranted. And here's the thing, you guys, if you are truly doing something in your work that can honestly be done by a machine just as well in less time, then that should be something that you outsource to that machine because there is always going to be a higher and better use of time for you. Now, if all you're doing is those menial tasks, well, I understand why you might be concerned. But most of us real estate agents, what we do is so much more than the automatable pieces of this business, right? And I want to compare it to Zillow. Like, if you remember, maybe 15, 16, maybe even 18 years ago now, when Zillow started promoting listings online for everyone to see. And there was a huge rash of real estate agents who were instantly concerned. They felt like their value was in controlling the MLS data. And they were certain that buyers agents were going to go the way of the dodo bird because Zillow was going to be showing everybody all of these properties. And then it was much ado about nothing, now wasn't it? In reality, because the service that we provide is so personalized and so important and so detailed, that the machine has no way of taking that role away from us. It's not about finding the house. It's not even necessarily about marketing the house. Well, that's certainly a piece of it. It's about the people to people interaction. So I would like to just set that fear aside and start talking about how we can overcome that fear to the point of leveraging these tools to help us be even bigger and better for our clients. So, first things first, if this is somewhat foreign to you, if this is a brand new concept, that's okay. My guess is that you probably are leveraging AI in some way without realizing that that's what's going on. Okay. So I think probably the most exciting way that real estate agents can start leveraging AI in their business is through predictive analytics. Okay. There's a lot of CRM softwares out there who can, that can, look at me saying who, that can use AI to statistically predict who in your CRM is most likely to move in the next 30, 60, or 90 days. That is an absolute win. We're able to use algorithms now to judge the behavior of our consumer, and we can track it to specific IP addresses to know this is the contact from my database that is doing these things on my website. And now you can use your CRM to reach out to the people who want to hear from you most, who are most likely to convert. If you don't have a CRM that offers predictive analytics, I think that might be a really big reason to consider changing at this stage in the game because the other agents that you're competing with are likely leveraging that technology. So think about that. Does your CRM have adequate AI leveraging tools built in so that you don't have to be a rockstar expert? You should be able to log in and benefit from that technology without having to build it from scratch. Second thing that I'm actually really excited about right now are chatbots. So I think a lot of you probably already know that we did launch a chat GPT fueled chat bot for Lockbox Advantage. It's super cool. It has all of our scripts, all of our processes, all of our systems loaded into it. And it's quote unquote learned kind of our rules of thumb so that it can pretty impressively answer questions at any time, day or night. Now, it's not a replacement for a human. Sometimes our little chatbot goes rogue and doesn't make a lot of sense according to what we've loaded into it. And it's because the system is, quote, learning new information as people interact with it. So if someone tells the chatbot, their opinion as fact, the chatbot will assume that their opinion is fact, and it can actually alter future responses. And so, for that reason, if you are going to build your own chatbot, which is easy to do within ChatGPT, it's just going to be really important that you log in regularly to kind of review the quote unquote facts that it has learned to make sure it's not learning something that you really don't want it to know. Now, if you don't want to build it from scratch, that's totally fine and okay. There are so many systems that you can get a plug and play version um, to just install on your website. Or it's possible that the website vendor you're using already has one, which is even better. Probably another way that some of us are already using AI to some extent is just automated marketing triggers within our CRM, right? So if somebody goes online and requests a home value on your website, hopefully you're automatically getting triggered to prepare said value. Hopefully they are automatically receiving some sort of automated value with an explanation that you're going to follow up. But what happens after that? You should be able to leverage some sort of trigger within your CRM. And again, it's going to be so important that the CRM you're using is leveraging AI to its fullest so that you don't have to be an expert, that you can just plug into the tools and systems that are already there. But it should be happening for you that they're also triggered to start receiving some regular content to help them make that conversion decision, to call you, to list with you, to get more information from you about buying or selling a house sometime in the near future. Let's see. Oh, this is another one. It's been around for a while, but I feel like it's getting pretty popular now. And that is the Matterport virtual tour. And what that means, guys, if you've done this right, you should be able to plug your phone into one of those like VR headsets, and the consumer should be able to walk around your listing from their living room. If you're promoting this well, this is a very cool experience and very trendy right now as VR headsets become, more and more exciting and more accessible to more and more people. Now, lastly, this is my favorite way to use AI right now, and that is making data-driven decisions. I always say this, and I'm sure you've heard me say it before, facts don't have feelings. And a lot of the decisions we have to make within real estate can sometimes feel very emotional. Okay. When you're dealing with a seller who's trying to select the next owner of their lifelong home, it can be very difficult for them to separate feelings from facts. And it can be really helpful for you if you can take the 5 contracts they're considering, load each of them into Chat GPT, and tell Chat, my seller needs to make a decision on which of these offers is best for them. And tell Chat exactly what to look for. And I think, people make the mistake of assuming that Chat GPT has the knowledge or understands the industry when they ask questions. So they ask the questions very plainly. Instead, I want you to ask very specific questions with criteria so that you get the best possible output. So if you're loading in these contracts into ChatGPT, you can say, hey, my client needs to decide which of these offers they're going to accept or counter. My client's top 5 goals are, okay, so talk about price, talk about timeline, talk about contingencies, talk about seller and possession time, post close, talk about whatever it is that's most important to that seller. And then tell Chat to rate these offers based on those criteria and explain the rating, and then tell chat to suggest a profitable counter. And it completely removes the emotional component from that process for your client. Now, can we use our gut feelings? Can we tell our client, you know what, if it were me, I would be looking at offers A and B because, yes, absolutely. But what you will find is that consumers are in a place right now where they want to feel as though we've gone above and beyond. They want to see something that is somehow validated in the opinions that we share. So you can say, you know what, if it were me, I would be most attracted to offers A and B. And ChatGPT agrees. Here's the breakdown that I've leveraged with our AI that explains why these two offers are the most attractive. And really, it's in line with my opinion. These have the tightest contingency timelines. This person is putting more money down, which leads us to believe they have more in reserve. They're less likely to nickel and dime you in repairs. And they've already, waived their inspection contingency or whatever the case may be. But that's the kind of thing that a lot of times real estate agents don't pay that much attention to, right? Are we paying attention to how much they're putting down? Are we paying attention to what their EMD is? Are we paying attention to how long they need to deliver the EMD? And are there red flags that maybe we're even missing that ChatGPT might immediately tell us, hey, look at this? I think that not doing this at this stage of the game is actually doing a disservice to your clients. Even if ChatGPT comes back and gives you exactly what you already thought, great. You have validation that you can now present to your clients at the table. So, my suggestion to you, and even like outside of sellers, if you're coming to a decision point in your business, if you need to decide if you're going to invest your marketing dollars in plan A or plan B, go to the platform that doesn't have feelings and get a data driven decision purely based on the facts. It will always be to your benefit to have this unbiased, unconcerned, unemotional resource to show you what the best next logical step is for you in your business, in your life, whatever it is that you're doing. So that's what I've got for you today. If you have questions about really like how to get started, if you want to sit down and book a session where like we step by step it, we can do that. But if not, I really, really encourage you to just start exploring. You're not going to break anything, and you're certainly not going to hurt anything. You can only grow, get better, more efficient. And these are all good things. So do not fear AI. Embrace it. Join the journey. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week.